Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to EBCW Raw. The Tag Team #1 contendership is still underway, and DX looks to capitalize on their big win from the last episode. The Women's Champion Paige will be in action, and someone will bask in the glory of Keith Lee. Guten Tag, Berman, Germany. Welcome to EBCW. I had to double check what Guten Tag meant just to make sure it was still like German, because in my head it was like, oh, this sounds German. That sounds fine. Yeah. Little did I know, I was like, oh fuck, I had to second guess myself, and then here we are, looking it up right before I started recording this part of the episode, and I was like, okay, I was right. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. The Women's Champion Paige, man, she's making headway, man. Ever since beating Shayna Baszler, who was by far one of the most dominant champions we've seen in EBCW history. And now here we are again with Paige as the Women's Champion. She has a few victories under her belt already, but it's kind of still up in the air who's going to, try and compete for the title. I have a few women in mind, but I can't really figure out who's the best fit for Paige. Like, again, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I don't want it to be like, oh, someone got beat at the pay-per-view, now it's time to do the rematch the next pay-per-view. I find that way of programming to be very boring, which is why I can't stand when WWE does it every pay-per-view and such. It just doesn't get me invested anymore like it used to. It's just a lot more drawn out, and not saying I want things to be snappy, but if you're going to do a rematch, at least do it the next night or the next week after, I don't know. That's just me. So, Shayna, as far as I'm concerned, Shayna Baszler's out of the running and she has to compete like everyone else does. For all we know, Zelina Vega could actually, she can actually become women's #1 contender. Of course, the fiery Latina, always seen by the side of Andrade, and as well as Angel Garza, who I still miss in NXT. I mean, I really did. I know why they had to bring him up, but because of the pandemic and such, but I can't say I like it all that well, Either way. Actually, come to think of it, Andrade will be in action later tonight in a non-televised match. But we'll have to see how that goes. He's going to be in a triple threat against Roderick Strong and Velveteen Dream. All right, let's get ready, boys and girls. I'm not gonna lie, man. I've played against matches against Zelina Vega on camera and off camera. I find her character to be incredibly easy to beat. I mean, she's just too easy, man. There's always like that one character where you're gonna beat the shit out of them if you just keep going. I did not realize Brian Kendrick in the last episode of Main Event was going to be one of those characters, because I've said before, I like Brian Kendrick. I think of him as a very good wrestler. I think just because he's a cruiserweight wrestler facing off against someone like Ricochet, who is equally a cruiserweight wrestler, I didn't think that warranted to be a squash match like it was. But it is what it is at this point. Oh shit. Oh wow. Zelina Vega's first move of the match, a Hurricane Rana. Oh fuck. Nice reversal. This is not Paige's first run as a women's champion, like I've said in the past. I think I could be wrong, but she's actually a 4-time women's champion in other games. If I'm correct, she's the current women's champion in 2K15, which I have on PlayStation 3, so I can't really record, or else I would. But then again, 2K15 was really meh for me. It was still a fun game to play. I mean, like I said before, 2K15 and 2K14 didn't really 2K15 didn't change all that much from 2K14. in terms of just how the game played. So that was nice, at least. I fucking reversed that. I don't give a shit what this game says. Oh, I could reverse that too. Honestly, I reversed that the first time. I'm gonna be straight up honest with you guys. I know it doesn't come off that way, and I'm not sure how it translates, but I know for a fact that as that icon popped up, I hit the reversal button. And I've said before how I like the triangle to be the permanent reversal button, because I actually think it's a lot more easy to when it comes to reflexes, and plus having the R2 button as your reversal is okay, but when it comes to, and I know this from first-hand experience, I must have broken my PlayStation 3 controller at some point, because at one point in time when I was playing Call of Duty, it just wouldn't stop shooting even though I let go of the trigger. So I was like, oh fuck, I should I should probably not play PlayStation 3 for a while. And it turns out I guess the trigger is okay now. But yeah, although I still think the finisher button should be one button, not this 2-button garbage that like doesn't work half the time. Another kick out. Can I please just do the Paige turn so I can knock this bitch out? Like, is this really that difficult? Thank you. You know, if you really think about it, ladies and gentlemen, this is almost like an extension of fighting with my family, because Zelina Vega, for whatever reason, played AJ Lee in the movie when Paige won the World the Divas Championship at the time. 1, 2, 3. So I just realized I made the correlation. Now, granted, Paige wasn't in the actual movie, but still. But Zelina Vega, for some reason, played as AJ Lee, even though they really didn't change anything about her look, which is confusing. Like, literally, like pretty much the exact same thing she's wearing now, almost similar style compared to what AJ wore, which I don't get. That's just me. Anyway, guys, that's a good first match to start us off. That was pretty good, you know. Paige got another big win. Like I said before, Zelina Vega is pretty easy to play against. Granted, I did have a few issues, but not really, because it's really just because the game was fucking me, and that is a match I can say the game was actively fucking me without any lube. Anyway, guys, Paige, women's champion, coming up next. Keith Lee is going to face The Miz, and boy, do I have some thoughts about that. I will see you guys in the next episode of EBCW. Thank you guys for joining me on your Friday morning or afternoon or whenever the fuck you watch this. I usually put these out on Fridays. So, hope you guys are enjoying that. I will see you all on the next match.